It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
We got Donald Trump getting on an escalator. And what happens? Let's get to it.
President Trump.
President Trump. Schumer.
So Donald Trump decided to take the escalator at the UN. I don't know, it's a UN meeting, and you know what happens? The escalator fails. The escalator broke, but Trump thinks it was sabotage. So we're gonna get into it.
An escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much. And by the way, it's working now. It just went on. Thank you. I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars. The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential. But it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. An escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I guess if we, listen to the whole speech, we'll kind of get it. But I don't think there's much substance in there, but telling everybody they suck and Trump does it better. Hey, if he do it better, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't know. MAGA, what do y'all say? Does Trump do it better? Looking ass.
All right, Karoline, it does appear to be sabotage with the escalator and the teleprompter. What is the White House going to do about that?
Well, Jesse, that's definitely what it appears to be to me, and that's why I put out a statement earlier. There was some concerning reporting over the weekend from the London Times, as you pointed out, that UN globalist staffers were basically plotting to set up the President of the United States. And first it was the escalator, then it was the teleprompter, and then Katie Pavlich from Town Hall, who we offered a seat in the press pool to cover the President's historic speech today, noticed that the audio inside of the room was much lower and different for the President of the United States than the previous speaker. So when you put all of this together, it doesn't look like a coincidence to me. And I know that we have people, including the United States Secret Service, who are looking into this to try to get to the bottom of it. And if we find that these were UN staffers who were purposefully trying to trip up, literally trip up, the President and the First Lady of the United States, well, there better be accountability for those people. And I will personally see to it, Jesse.
Good. All right, Carol.
It doesn't look like a coincidence to me, and I know that we have people, including the United States Secret Service, who are looking into this to try to get to the bottom of it. And if we find that these were UN staffers who were purposefully trying to trip up, literally trip up, the President and the First Lady of the United States, well, there better be accountability for those people, and I will personally see to it, Jesse.
She's going to personally see to it that whoever did this, Whoever did this, they get the death penalty. How dare they try to trip up our great president of the United States? This is our country. This is our world. If you're not an American, this ain't for you. This is America, baby. America first. America first, baby. We need to get to corporate. Whoever did this, whoever set this up, we need to make sure it's a call to action. Get the Secret Service, get them in there. I guess she got the number of the Secret Service. I'm going to leave it up to her, but I think we should get the Secret Service and we should get NASA in on this. I don't know what NASA has to do with it, but it just seems like they're big enough to make whatever this is, whoever stopped the escalator, they would know how to fix it, right?
It doesn't look like a...
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Okay. So that was Donald Trump being laughed at while standing on the world stage less than 2 years into his first term. It's definitely not the reaction that any world leader is hoping for when addressing the United Nations. It's actually a pretty big speech that U.S. leaders give. But it was especially concerning for Donald Trump, a man so thin-skinned and so obsessed completely with his self-image that he rarely lets any slight go unanswered, even when it's against his interest. Imagine what was going through his head when he was entering the United Nations and this happened. Okay, so Trump passed through the security barricades. He then walked up to the escalator and stepped onto it with the First Lady, at which point the escalator abruptly stopped, leaving Trump flummoxed for a few seconds. You can see the First Lady just walking up the stairs as one normal person does. He ultimately decided to just walk up the immobile staircase himself. Now, basically everyone who has ever used an escalator ever has had some version of this exact same experience. Sometimes escalators malfunction and you are left to just treat them like a regular staircase. Not a big deal. It happens. But for Donald Trump, the brief inconvenience of having to walk up a non-working escalator while on camera was enough to provoke outrage on the world stage. I mean, there are a lot of topics Trump could have had on his mind. A lot. He could have talked about Syria, Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, Iran, name more than those. And yet here was Donald Trump moments later addressing the United Nations General Assembly.
All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle, and then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the two things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job.
Okay, so that's real. That was the president of the United States lashing out at an assembled gathering of world leaders because the escalator apparently didn't show him enough respect. It was, to say the least, a ridiculous thing to bring up over and over again. We showed you a couple of examples of that in a speech to the United Nations. But the escalator crisis, believe it or not, it did not end there. Just a few hours after that speech, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt posted on X, quote, "If someone at the UN intentionally stopped the escalator as the president and first lady were stepping on, they need to be fired and investigated immediately." I tried to do my best voice there. Yes, that is the White House Press Secretary. I know what that job is. That's not a normal thing to post. Calling for an investigation into the world's largest intergovernmental organization because an escalator stopped working.
Y'all, are we watching this all together? I want to just point out one thing. Because I don't want to say that he almost fell. I don't want to make jokes as an elderly person falling on the escalator. Because I know if that was my grandpa or my grandma on the escalator, I would not want them to fall. I would not want them to be tripped up. I wouldn't want that. That's just a fact. It's actually a fact. Why would you want your elderly 70-year-old grandmother on the escalator and it just abruptly stops working and they could break a hip or something? You know what I'm saying? I be feeding my grandmother these calcium pills to keep her bones strong, but sometimes, gravity pulls old people where regular people don't go. But I want y'all to take a look at this. Y'all know how slow escalators are. Y'all know how slow escalators are. So just let me know if you see them even slightly appear to fall. Did y'all? I mean, I seen a little budge, but like it wasn't a, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get it. You want somebody, you want them to be investigated by Homeland Security for a elevator hiccup. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm insensitive, but as I said, if this was my grandma or grandpa, I wouldn't want this to happen to them because there's a potential that they could break a hip. But if they didn't, I wouldn't want Homeland Security to or the Secret Service to go investigate. I'd just be like, I'd be wanting to talk to maintenance, like maintenance. Y'all get this shit together. I got an elderly grandmother who was on your escalator when it abruptly stopped at 1.3 miles per hour.
What's going on with the escalator? What do you think?
Yeah, they sabotaged them.
Yeah.
And they could have hurt the First Lady.
Yeah.
Trump would have fallen and he would have gotten back up. But, they
would have blamed it on his rhetoric.
And then they sabotaged the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an insurrection. And what we need to do is either leave the UN or we need to bomb it.
Did y'all hear this? This is on regular TV. They actually pay these people to say this shit. They pay this man to say exactly what. Look at this. An insurrection? Sabotage?
What's going on with the escalator? What do you think?
Yeah, they sabotaged them.
Yeah.
And they could have hurt the First Lady.
Yeah.
Trump would have fallen and he would have gotten back up. But,
they would have blamed it on his rhetoric.
If Trump had fallen, he would have fell on Melania, hurting her even more.
And then they sabotaged the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an insurrection. And what we need to do is either leave the UN or we need to bomb it. It is in New York, though, right?
Yeah,
Could be some fallout.
Yeah, let's bomb the UN. It's conveniently on American soil. Yeah, let's go for it, buddies. Like this shit. Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all probably don't even think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm normal. But they let this buffoon up there talking about let's bomb the UN. It's an insurrection. You hear all those words. He's riling up his base. He's riling up those people who's they like the hamster on the wheel. He riling them all up. Them hamster wheel runners, like just running, ain't going nowhere, just doing a bunch of running. Riling them up. Insurrection.
Out there,
Yeah.
all right. Maybe gas it.
No.
Let's not do
Don't
that.
gas it. Okay. But we need to destroy it. Maybe just, can we demolish the building?
We could turn it
Have
into-
everybody leave and then we'll demolish the building?
We could turn it into affordable housing.
Okay.
That's what you do, affordable housing.
No, I don't like that. I like nice sky rises, Dana, the expensive condominiums. You
trying to
see
win an
the
election
East
here.
River from there. No, this is absolutely unacceptable, and I hope they get to the bottom of it, and I hope they really injure emotionally the people that did it.
Worry. What?
We have some news right now. Donald Trump is now calling for the UN workers who allegedly sabotaged his escalator to be arrested. Yes, I'm serious. Here's the only problem for the president. Well, UN workers didn't sabotage the escalator. According to AP reporting, it was Donald Trump's own team that was at fault. We learned that according to the Associated Press, a videographer triggered some type of switch at the top of the escalator, and as a result, it stopped abruptly, forcing Trump and Melania to almost fall. And well, now he is saying that UN workers who are responsible, which they're not, but UN workers should be arrested for making the escalator stop. I really feel like we're living through Escalator Gate in 2025. There are so many more important issues in this world. The White House is demanding a full investigation into the escalator incident, but we know what happened. As always, spread the word. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. More to come soon. We have some news.
Breaking news. Gustavo Petro at the United Nations has...
I guess I better do my final monologue on this before we pass on. Look, man, you know, when you have power, you are forced to wield your power however you may see fit. But let's get this clear. In front of world leaders, we must put someone in office who will act accordingly. Okay? When things we could be talking about that are so much more important than boosting up our own egos. Okay, America's great. Can I get an amen on that? We are great. We are great. Whether we in debt, the economy's in shit, or you know, prices on everything is going up, people losing their jobs. But I still couldn't tell you another place on this planet that I would rather be than here in America. But I'm going to tell you what, if we don't get some leaders who can have some decency and common sense in the Senate, in the White House, and all the other jobs like the leader of HUD or the leader of pharmaceuticals, if we don't get some goddamn people in office who have some goddamn common sense, if we don't do this, we all in trouble. Democrat, Republican, all y'all is in trouble. Okay? Just think about it like this. We literally got news anchors talk about bombing the UN on American soil. Whether it's a joke or not, it's stupid as hell. It's dumb. Like that shouldn't even come out your mouth. Just the fact that not even if it's on any other person's soil, it still shouldn't come out your mouth. Like this, but these are the people who constantly push these people. Oh yeah, this person's a great person. Then you go vote for that person, that you find out, oh, that he ain't never held a congressional seat in his life. Or you got people attacking people in Congress, congressmen and women attacking each other for their looks, attacking each other because of the school they went to. Like, what is this? You know, I joke around with my people because, you know, in Oklahoma City we got pride in our schools. And somebody say, "Oh, you went to this school? Oh shit, I feel sorry for you." But that's a joke between us or whatever, and we're here. But I'm not in the Congress meeting be like, "Didn't you go to Harvard? Oh my gosh, that's nasty. I went to Yale." Who goes to Harvard? We in a damn Congress meeting. Congress. America. If y'all don't get it right next time. Okay, I'm just telling y'all put these people in these positions. We all need to come together and get the right people in there who gonna do right, who ain't gonna get on the world stage and complain about an escalator and get to the actual freaking point of why we out here.